Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Welcome, welcome. Good to see you. Rahul, Alexandria, Anne, Betty, Lucille, Tushiaki. Great. Welcome, guys. Welcome to day 2 of the Freedom Formula. Can you hear me well? Perfect. So I want to go right into the teachings today because I'm going to try to finish at 1 p.m. because I know some of you, it's during your lunchtime. So let's start with putting in the chat if you have done your homeworks from yesterday, which was about your goals, finding out what is your C-type goal. Have you discovered what is your C-type goal? What is that dream? What is that desire that you want to go after? Do you know what you want? And it doesn't need to be necessarily crystal clear as long as you have an idea. Like if you are a 9 to 5 and you want to start your business, that's a goal. That's a C-type goal. Let me know in the chat. I'm going to start recording. Welcome to day 2 of the Freedom Formula. And I want you to know that there is a formula for the material that I teach, which is Bob Proctor's material. And the formula is basically living from inside out, which is something that we have never learned. We haven't learned this in school or from our parents. We don't know how to live from inside out. And by default, we live from outside in. Welcome, everyone. Kyla, if you guys, it will be great if you can turn on your cameras so I can see your beautiful faces. Yes, so that's great. The most important part of the homework yesterday was to figure out your main goal. Let's say for the next year, from now till for the next 12 months, what is it that you want to do, which is most probably is something in terms of your career that would cover your finances, the material stuff that you want, and so much more. And then the homework was to put it in a form of, I am so happy and grateful now that. So it is done. We feel it is done. We know it is done. I see Alexandria has a 9 to 5 job too. So let me know if you know what is it that you want to do. And if you don't, I can help you with that. Just to remind everyone who's here live today and was here live yesterday and will be here live tomorrow, I'm picking 2 people. You get a chance to win a one-on-one coaching session with me, and we are going to talk about everything that you need help with. It can be about your career, it can be about your financial situation, your relationships, whatever that you need help with. So we talked about goals yesterday. One of the questions Bob Proctor used to ask many, many times during his events was this: what do you really want? What do you really want? Everything starts from your want. Everything starts from your consciousness. Everything starts from your dream and desire. A lot of people live for other people. They don't think about what they want. They think about, what am I supposed to do? What is society telling me to do? What is my family expect me to do? I want you to ask yourself, what is it that you really want? And do you believe that you can do, be, have anything that you want? And I want you guys to be active in the chat. So put it in the chat if you are clear with your goal, you know what you want, and if you believe or not. that you can have anything that you want. Did you know that the only thing that is stopping you from getting what you want is your disbelief? It is not about the society. It is not about how old you are. It is not about your condition. It is not about where you live. It is not about the industry you're in. The only thing that is stopping you from getting what you want is your doubts, is your mind. I'm going to talk about this your beautiful mind, this secret genie today. This might look simple, but if you understand the concept of the secret genie and how the mind works, you're going to find out why you're getting the results that you're getting and how to change it. And this is what we're going to teach today. Guys, come on. I'm waiting for the chat. Let me know. What is it? Do you know what you want? I need to know your answer so that I can better run this event today and be of your service. What is it that you want? And also if you believe you can have it or not. Thank you. Sort of clear. My C-type goal, I'm not sure I've been set to accomplish it. Yes. Beautiful. You're on the right path, Rahul. By the way, we all need guidance. And can we do things alone with our own level of awareness? Maybe. Is it going to take longer? Absolutely. Because we all have our own mind, our own paradigm, our own programming, and it's like a box. We are in that box literally, and we cannot see outside that box. So a coach, a guide, mentor can help you see from their level of awareness. This is what Bob Proctor said. First of all, he said, if you're not getting the results that you want, your way is not working. Why don't you try my way? And then he said, you cannot get results from your level of awareness. You have to borrow my level of awareness, my perception, the way I look at life. And that's the part of paradigm. Our perception is part of our paradigm. We all have different perceptions. So successful people, 3% top successful people of the whole society, millionaires, billionaires, they don't look at the world the same way that other people look at the world. When the challenges come, they don't see it as a challenge. They look at the challenges and difficulties like, how can I squeeze an opportunity out of this? This is a difference between someone successful and someone who's struggling. Their mindset, their perception, their belief system. I love that, Toshiaki. Happiness and wealth for yourself, for your family, for everyone around you. Did you know that wealth is a level of consciousness? Money is energy like everything else. You're either on that level of energy or not. And you can learn how to tap into that level of energy. And I know, like I have talked to some of you, I know you are in industries that you can make easy hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can make hundreds of thousands of dollars every month if you want to. Why is it not happening? And I don't want you to blame yourself. It's like no shame. That's why we are here. That's why we are learning. It is because of our consciousness and awareness. It is because of our limiting ideas. It is because we think there is lack in the world. You guys know how much money exists in the whole world, and not even in the whole world, just in your country. Just in your city, in the banks, branches of your city alone, there is no lack. It might not be in your bank account because there is lack in your mindset. There are some limiting beliefs, there are some programmings that we have to change. So we're going to talk about that programming. Bob Proctor calls it paradigm. Can you guys put it in the chat? Are you familiar with the word paradigm? You can say yes or no. So paradigm, some of you are familiar, some of you are not. And there are some people on live on YouTube as well. Let me check their messages. And by the way, I am so proud of you for being here. A lot of people have registered, but not a lot of people obviously is here live. So the fact that you're here live or you're watching it live on YouTube means one thing. You're serious about changing your results and you want a different life. So first of all, congratulations for being here. You could be spending this hour doing so many different things. So most of you are not familiar with paradigm. Let's start from here. It's such an important concept, and I hope I can transfer to you the importance of this concept of paradigm, that if we don't change our paradigm, nothing in life is going to change. And this is what is causing a lot of frustration in people's lives. People try different things, immigrate to different countries where there is more opportunity, try different industries, get more licenses and more degrees and try different jobs and work hard. And they are still not getting the results that they want. And this is the cause of frustration because they are doing a bunch of things. They're really, really trying. And that was me just up until a few years ago. Trying so hard, but not getting the results. Why? Because everything is a reflection of your paradigm. If you don't change your paradigm, doesn't matter what you do on the outside, doesn't matter what kind of actions you take, nothing is going to change. So is it clear how important paradigm is? I hope you truly understand. And look at your life and look at people around you. When you see people frustrated, and they are frustrated with the government, they're frustrated with the economy, they're frustrated with so many different things. Meanwhile, in the same economy, in the same industry that they are in, there are other people who are thriving. The cause of your results, all of us, is our paradigm. What is paradigm? Paradigm is all your belief system, multitude of your beliefs and thoughts, internal thoughts, your ideas, your perception, the way you see the world, your belief about money, your belief about success, your belief about everything. It's your belief system and it's a multitude of your habits. It is in your subconscious mind. And I'm going to go over this shortly. Your subconscious has a bunch of programming in it. Comes from your genetic, comes from your ancestors, comes from your parents, comes from your childhood. You've been programmed up until the age of 6 or 7 max. And doesn't matter how old you are, in your 30s, 40s, 70s, 80s, that program is still running your life. Isn't that crazy? Like you've been given a program, not by choice, from your parents, and they didn't know better. They did their best. And that program is causing the results you're getting in your life, in your relationships, in your business, in your finances. We need to learn how to change that program. We need to change how to reprogram that paradigm. What are the areas that paradigm control? I want you to take notes. This is really important. Paradigm controls your logic. Paradigm controls your logic. This is why Bob Proctor said, in order to change your results, you have to do the illogical. You cannot create dramatic change in your life being logical. Incremental change, going from A to B to C to D. Who wants that? Who here wants quantum leaps? Who here wants drastic change in 1 year? It's possible. I love this quote by Einstein. He said, logic gets you from A to B. Imagination takes you everywhere. And I used to be, and I'm still working on it, a very logical person. Okay, so just know that your logic is not the truth of the life. Thank you. Your logic, what you think is logical, is not the truth of the universe, of who you are. Your logic is tiny, tiny, very, very limited, and is in a box controlled by your programming. Do you think your logic, the way you think things are logical, what you think is logical, do you think Steve Jobs or Wright brothers who invented airplane, or Elon Musk, or any other person who's doing like crazy different things, do you think they have the same logic? They don't. They think differently. So what is the point here? Don't rely so much on your logic. Your logic is limited. What do we do instead? If you're like, okay, I've been thinking logically that I am in this 9 to 5 job, I have to do this and then save this much. Maybe I can start a side hustle next year, and maybe I can finally quit my 9 to 5 and start a business in 3 years from now. This is a wrong way of thinking. Quit thinking logically. You're going to waste your life. We want to create quantum leaps. Now, if I'm telling you don't use your logic, what do we do instead? What do we do instead? I just said it. Einstein said, what do we use? Yes, we use our imagination. And I'm going to explain more. But let me just finish what are the other areas of life that your paradigm is controlling. So it is your logic, paradigm, multitude of habits, your programming that's been given to you since childhood without even your consciously choosing it, is controlling your logic. It is controlling your perception. Your perception about everything. Your belief system about everything is being controlled by your paradigm. This is the one of the most important things. Your ability to earn money is being controlled by your paradigm. Your ability to earn money is being controlled by your paradigm. So it doesn't matter how many industries you change, how many different skills you learn. If you don't change your paradigm, you're going to live on the same financial level that you've always lived. There is something in our mind, in our subconscious mind, that is called, Bob calls it, financial thermostat. We all have that financial thermostat. What is that financial thermostat? Based on your upbringing and that paradigm that you have in your subconscious mind, you are financially set on a certain level of life. Okay. Let's say your financial thermostat is around $100,000 a year. I see that all the time, and that happened to myself as well. If you are earning $100,000 a year and this is the most you've ever earned, this is your financial thermostat. You want more, but you haven't done it before. And you're in a 9 to 5 job and you want to quit and start a business because you think your job is limiting you. And you think if I go start a business or become a real estate agent, like what I did a few years ago, I can make more money. You quit your job, you start your real estate business, somehow magically, 1 year goes by and you wake up and you see you still made around $100,000, maybe 110 or maybe 95, somewhere around that amount. This is your financial thermostat. Some people have multiple jobs. They still make the same amount of money that they always made. We have to shift that financial thermostat. That's the financial thermostat is like a thermostat in your home that sets the temperature of your home at a set degree. So for that person who left the 9 to 5 and started their business, they earn $100,000. Maybe the following year, they try so hard. Now they work 12 hours a day instead of 8 hours. They're in real estate. There is no ceiling to their income. They work hard, prospect hard. In 6 months, they make $100,000. And they think, okay, perfect. I am set for $200,000 this year. For the next 6 months, they somehow magically don't make anything. And they blame the economy, they blame the marketplace. So that financial thermostat always keeps you at a certain amount of money, a little bit more, a little bit less, or if you make a little bit more 1 year, you're gonna lose it next year. Or I see that all the time. People start making more money, but somehow magically their expenses goes higher, so they end up having the same kind of lifestyle. They cannot really upgrade their lives much. Your paradigm controls your ability to earn money. So who here wants to learn how to change your paradigm? Put it in the chat. Put it in the chat if you are ready, if you're serious, if you want to change your paradigm that is controlling your logic, that is controlling your life, that is controlling your thinking, that is controlling your perception, that is controlling your ability to earn money. Paradigm also controls your perception and your use of time. Time. How many of you here feel that there's not enough time? You always feel like you don't have enough time. Maybe you're always late. Or you're always early and you're really good with time. We all have the same 24 hours, 7 days a week. The reason why you feel like you don't have enough time, or you're always late, or you're always early, it is, again, another set of programming. It is your paradigm controlling your perception of time. When you learn to switch that, you're going to become more effective using your time. So you don't need 10 hours a day to create the results that you want. You don't need 8 hours a day even. You need to become effective with your time. Yes, intuition is so we talked about imagination. Imagination is one of our higher mental faculties. Bob Proctor teaches that we have 6 higher mental faculties. One of those higher mental faculties is imagination. Another one is intuition, and there is 4 more. And also I see a comment that says, I want to change paradigm, but I don't know how. So I'm gonna teach this. This is what Bob Proctor was so good at. This is what he said he has changed his paradigm, and he spent 9 years to understand really from A to Z how to do that. And then he created the program that he teaches. So I'm going to teach you as much as I can today and tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last day, by the way, on how to change the paradigm. Do you guys have any questions so far? Aside from how to change the paradigm that I'm going to talk about. So let's talk about the paradigm and what is this secret genie. For those of you who've been in my previous events, you probably remember this. A lot of you are new here, so I'm going to go over this. This concept has been created by Dr. Terman Fleet in 1930s. And he was holistic doctor. He realized when we get sick, we treat symptoms, right? Like if you go to doctor and you have a headache, you have a migraine, they give you a painkiller. If you have anxiety, they give you some pills to numb your anxiety, numb your whole system. It is treating the symptoms. It's not treating the root cause of the disease. Where does the headache come from? Why do we get headaches? Where does the anxiety come from? Where does everything else come from? So Dr. Terman Fleet realized that we have to heal holistically. And in order to do that, he realized we have to heal the mind. The body is an instrument of the mind. And it is, don't get confused. It is not about healing. It is not about health. What I'm going to teach you is about paradigm. So stay here with me. So what Dr. Terman Fleet realized is the way our mind functions, the way we think in pictures. If you close your eyes or even if you don't close your eyes, and I tell you, like, think about your TV, think about your fridge, think about your car, think about your mom, think about your son, your daughter. The moment I say one of these words, a picture comes to your mind, right? And I say your car, CAR doesn't come to your mind. A picture of your car comes to your mind. Because our mind works in pictures. The way we think in pictures, right? And he said, in order to heal the mind, we need to have a picture of the mind because we think in pictures. And if we don't have a picture of the mind, there is confusion, and we cannot function then when there is confusion. So when I say the mind, what pictures comes to your mind? For most people, the picture of the brain, comes to mind? The brain is not the mind. The brain is an organ. The mind is movement. The mind is energy that controls your whole life, including your body and your health. So that's why Dr. Truman Fleet came with this concept. Willpower is part of the mind. Consciousness also part of the mind. Zeal part of the mind. Yes, the mind is movement. The mind is in every cell of your body, and it's in the whole universe. There is one mind, one universal mind, and we are part of that. So Dr. Truman Fleet came up with this picture in order for us to, when we think about the mind, we want to think about this picture. He said there are two parts to the mind. Obviously, there are more parts. If you talk to any psychotherapist, psychologist, we know that the mind is very complicated. But in order to understand how the mind controls our life and how to change our life, how to change our results, how to have that freedom that you guys came here to understand, to have that freedom, we need to learn these two parts of the mind. And this is the body, and it's smaller because the mind is more important, because the mind is what is controlling the body. The top part is the conscious mind, the bottom part is the subconscious mind. So these are the two parts you need to be aware of, and you need to understand and learn how these two function. And these 5 antennas is our 5 senses: hear, smell, see, taste, touch. We are connected to the outside world through our 5 senses. I want you to write down something now. And I want you to read that again and again, because it's going to help you with raising your consciousness. The outside world, what you pick up with your 5 senses from the outside world, what you see, hear, smell, taste, and touch from the outside world. I'm not making this up, by the way. It is scientifically proven. It is spiritual. What you experience as reality in your outside world, including everything, including finances, your work, everything that you experience, and we call it life and reality. Are you ready? Is only 1% of the truth. 99% of the truth is not visible to our 5 senses. Our 5 senses is very, very limited. There is so much more in this world that we don't see, we don't hear. The truth is, you can be, do, have absolutely anything that you want. But you are letting your 5 senses, looking at your results, you become emotionally involved with your results, meaning you look at your situation, you have a 9-to-5 job and you're not happy with it. You pay attention to it. You keep it alive on your mind. You give it energy. Therefore, that's what you experience tomorrow and the day after and next month and next year. We all make the mistake of living from outside in, letting our 5 senses control our emotions. As long as you do that, nothing is going to change in your life. You have to learn how to go and absolutely ignore. Yes, you have to become illogical. Yes, you have to become delusional if you want a drastic change in your results. You cannot keep talking about your lack and limitation and expect a different result. You cannot keep being aware of your lack and limitation and expect a different result. It's not going to work. When we were babies, we didn't have this part, right? We didn't have our five senses. Babies cannot see well, cannot hear well. We didn't have the conscious mind. We didn't have the ability to think and rationalize, right? And our subconscious mind was wide open. And this is a beautiful design of the nature so that we can learn everything so quickly. That's how everyone learned the language that they speak. You didn't learn the language, your mother tongue, consciously. You didn't have the conscious mind. It went deep into your subconscious mind through repetition, right? How well do you speak your mother tongue right now? Doesn't matter how old you are, doesn't matter how many new languages you learn and how many countries you immigrate to, your mother tongue still gonna be in your subconscious and you still gonna be able to speak and understand because it is in your subconscious mind. And understand this, the same way the language you speak is deep in your subconscious and never gonna go away, you've learned so many other things, beliefs, ideas, perceptions from your environment when you were a baby that went in your subconscious mind. If your parents had a hard time with money, even though you don't remember it, maybe when you were a baby, it went into your subconscious mind and you're going to have a hard time with money. If your parents always were scared and lived in lack and scarcity about money, it is deep in your subconscious mind. It's still running your life. If your dad or your caregivers, whoever you grew up with, told you that money doesn't grow on trees and you have to be careful, there's not enough. It doesn't grow on trees. You have to save. This is the program that is running your life now. You see how powerful this concept is? This is science. I said that yesterday. Neuroscientists discovered that 95 to 97% of all of your results doesn't come from your hard work. It comes from your subconscious programming, the paradigm, multitude of your belief system and your habits. Does everything make sense so far? If you can let me know in the chat, please. Thank you. A big part of your subconscious mind, a big part of your subconscious. Bob Proctor said this sentence in his events, and it really shook people. He said, "You can never." Are you ready? And this is another thing I want you to write down. And thank you for your comments. Another thing that I really want you to write down. Bob Proctor said, "You can never outperform your self-image. No matter what you do, no matter where you go, no matter how many jobs you change, you can never outperform your self-image." And there's another part to this quote, which is very powerful. You can never outperform your self-image, and you are the only one who can change your self-image. Self-image, identity, is big part of your paradigm that is in your subconscious programming. What does that mean? Are you guys familiar with the concept of self-image? Can you let me know in the chat? Self-image is a big part of the paradigm. You can never outperform your self-image. There is literally nothing that you can do that can outperform your self-image. If you don't change your self-image, nothing is going to change in your life. When he said that, I was like, I need to know, what is this self-image? What does it mean? How can I change that? Let me know. Give me all the do's and don'ts. Self-image is your identity. It's not your title. It's not how you look like from outside. It is your idea about who you are. It's about your confidence. It is about who you believe you are. It is about what you believe you are capable of. So for those of you who are here in this event specifically, wanting to move from 9 to 5 to having a business, and not just a business, a fulfilling, amazing, thriving business, makes tons of money, doing what you love, making an impact, helping your family, really waking up excited every single day because you're on purpose and you're doing what you love and you're getting amazing results. Who doesn't want that, right? For those of you who are here and want that, moving from a 9 to 5 to becoming a business owner requires an identity and self-image shift. Right now, in your belief system, you see yourself as an employee, or you see yourself as someone who has a business but is not good at it. You need to change that self-image so that you believe from within your mind that you are an amazing business owner, very successful business owner. Yes, it's like the cat who looks at the mirror and sees a lion. We can all do that. It's very powerful. There is a lion, there is a lioness within each and every one of us. It's there. It is just covered by so much lack and limitation and wrong programming. Your true essence. Who are we? Yesterday we talked about it. Who are you? Who are you really? You're an immortal soul. What does that mean? We just say things and we move on. What does that mean that you're an immortal soul? Your infinite intelligence living in a human body. Steve Bow, this is someone Bob always referred to. Steve Bow had a beautiful comment. He said, God's gift to us is so much talent and ability that we cannot use in our lifetime. So there is so much talent and ability that is locked in within you that there is no way you can use it all, or even a tiny bit of it, in your lifetime. Our responsibility to God, universe, creator, is to develop as much of that talent and ability as we can in this lifetime. So you do have everything within you. It just needs to come to surface. How does it come to surface, by the way? I'm asking you guys, I want you to put it in the chat. I don't want to be the only one talking here. Put it in the chat. What does it take for you to become a better version of yourself, to expand, to grow, to develop all those hidden talents and abilities? What needs to happen for you to become a higher, better version of yourself? One word. Put it in chat in one word. That's good. But what does it take for you to do that? What does it take for you to, I love that. I love that everything you put, self-image and belief and really shaking yourself coming out of that old belief system. But what does it take for us to come out of that? Because you come to this event and you get really motivated, right? You want to do your best. You know that you can do your best. You're probably thinking to yourself, is if Helia, a woman coming from a traditional family from a third world country with no business background, no family business background, never been told to even make money, let alone have her own business, is having her own business, is fulfilled, making money and making an impact and having freedom of time, money, and location. I can do it too. And I'm not saying any of these things to impress you. I am saying these things to impress upon you. If I can do it, you can do it. You can do it even better than me. You have everything within you. So you come here, you get motivated, you get inspired. But what happens after tomorrow? What happens next week? What happens next month? What do we need? What do we absolutely need to help us to bring that lioness version of ourselves to the surface every day? What is that motivation? If I'm not here motivating you every day, I love that you guys are trying and I love every word that you're saying, but I'm still waiting for that one thing. Mindset, belief. But how do we keep the mindset? How do we keep the belief? What motivates that? What is the initial requirement for that vision and consistency? Our goal, our burning desire. Napoleon Hill called it a burning desire. You need to have a burning desire. You need to have a goal that is so big that's what we talked about the first day. That's why we start the first day by talking about goal setting. Your C-type goal, your fantasy, your dream life. That fantasy that you have no idea how to get there. You need that. You need to write that down every day. That's what's going to bring consistency with it. That's what's going to keep you motivated. That's going to help you change your belief system. That's what's going to help you to wake up and realize, okay, this is my goal. This is the fantasy. This is what I want. This is what I truly desire. Now, who do I need to become? So you see, we set a goal. Like, let's say you're a 9 to 5, you want to start a business. You know, God has put a desire in your heart. You know, you've been put on this planet to do something different than what you're doing, or you to take your business to the next level because you know there's more possibility for you. What do? We go, okay, what is the next step? I have to create a website. That's what we do. I have to hire lead generation company. That's the mistake we all make. From the goal, we go right away to the action, to the doing. Spend money. You know how many people I've seen that they come to my world. Luckily, a lot of those people decide to continue their journey with me and learn from Bob Proctor program that is going to change your paradigm, that is going to help you change your life. Some people, they say, I am motivated. I learned so much in this 3 days event and I want to go invest in marketing and I want to hire someone. They go spend thousands of dollars in marketing companies. So they go right away from a goal, from a desire, from your fantasy, your C-type goal to taking action. What is missing here? The paradigm shift. The self-image is not changed yet. There is no way we can change our self-image in 3 days, 1 hour a day. You know how many years it took for your self-image, your identity, your subconscious mind to be created through genes, through your upbringing for 3 to 6 years? We need some time together. I haven't finished teaching yet, and I know we don't have we have only a few more minutes. I'm going to wrap it up quickly. I'm going to talk about some few important points. But before wrapping up, I want to tell you, if what I have been sharing so far, if my life is inspiring you, if what I'm sharing with you, it resonates with you, like in your heart, you know there is something here, there's something different here, there is a missing piece of your life is here. If you really close your eyes and see how you feel within your heart, don't let your mind make a decision for you. Your mind, remember, it is now limited and controlled by your old programming. If you feel in your heart that what I am sharing with you is truth and it resonates with you, and you want to learn more from Bob Proctor's teachings and program, just book your Zoom call with me. The link is in the replay link that I sent yesterday, and I'm going to send out again today. I'm also going to put it in the chat for all of you who are live here. There are not much spots left. A lot of people have booked it already. So look at the link that I just put it in the chat. And I'm going to send it out. If you're watching the replay, it is on that replay link on the same page somewhere. Book your call. We can talk about your options. So what I teach is Bob Proctor's program. It is called Thinking into Results. It's a program that is designed to get you from setting your goal. By the way, if you're not clear on your goals, this is the very first lesson of the program that is going to help you to become crystal clear about your goal, your C-type goal that we talked about. And it takes you during 6 months to change your subconscious, reprogram your subconscious mind, change your paradigm, change your identity, your self-image, understand the 6 higher mental faculties, replace your 5 senses, your limited 5 senses, with those 6 higher mental faculties, and so much more, so that you get your results within that 6 months. For those of you who decide to join by the end of this week, end of Sunday, instead of 6 months, for the same price, you get 9 months with me. So we finished the program in 6 months, but you will have another extra 3 months to make sure that I want to make sure that you are getting the results, you are integrating, you are implementing, you are changing and shifting. So getting back to the teachings, I want to do a quick visualization now. And I want you to do this every day. So we talked about imagination being one of the higher mental faculties, right? What you see in your mind's eye, your subconscious mind does not, your subconscious doesn't have time or space. Your subconscious is a universal mind. It is connected to God's mind, universal mind. It is also covered with wrong programming, right? So when you visualize your dream, when you visualize your goal, you see yourself living your ideal lifestyle, your mind, your subconscious mind, take it as it is happening right now. And if you do it enough times with consistency and with feelings, so feeling is the key. You want to feel the feelings of your wish fulfilled, as Neville Goddard said. If you do that enough time every day, every morning and night, when your subconscious is wide open morning, early morning, as soon as you wake up, and at night, if you do that enough time, your mind, your subconscious, that universal mind is going to come up with the ways, people, resources to help you achieve that goal, because it thinks it is already happening. So it wants to make it real. Let's do that together now for a few minutes before we close up today. Also, let me know if you have any questions in the chat so I can answer your questions tomorrow. And if you're watching the recording, which I know a lot of you are, email me your questions. Tomorrow is the last day, and it's such an important day because I'm going to talk about fear and decision making. Fear is most probably what is stopping most of you. Either if you're a 9 to 5, want to jump having a business, or if you are in your business, but there are things that you know you should be doing every day, you're not doing them out of fear. We want to learn how to transform that fear, how to use it to our benefit, actually. And then I'm going to talk about decision making, how to make the right decision, how to make decisions like successful people. What do successful people do? How do they make decisions differently? Decision making is a skill that we've never been taught, and I'm going to teach you that tomorrow. That's a skill that is going to change your life. So send me your questions if you have any about anything that I've shared so far. And after teaching fear and decision tomorrow, I'm going to answer your questions. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath in and out. Let's relax our body, relax our shoulders. Relax your jaw, relax your forehead. And I want you for the next 2 minutes, completely forget about anything, put your phone on silent. 2 minutes, give yourself this time to connect to your future self as if he or she is already happening, it's already here. Go to a scene in the future as if you've already achieved that fantasy, that dream, that C-type goal. It's already done. Maybe people are congratulating you. Maybe you're celebrating with family, friends. It's already done. You don't need to think about how you did it. You don't need to think about your journey. Your goal, your desire, your dream is done. Your wish is fulfilled. Where are you now? Who are you with? Who are you celebrating with? You're smiling. You're so happy. You're so proud of yourself. You finally did it. You finally did it. Wow, it was so hard for some time. And then something shifted in you. You're now so fulfilled. There's no worry in your life. You're celebrating. Maybe you're having a beautiful meal. Maybe you're in your new home. I'm going to be quiet for the next few seconds. Really connect deeply to that feeling. Know, believe that if you can see it in your head, eventually you can have it in your hands. Go into that dream for the next few seconds and really feel the feelings in your body. And I'm going to call you to come back shortly. Take a few deep breaths in and out. And when you are ready, slowly come back. How did it feel? Can you put it in the chat? How it felt? Could you really connect? Could you feel the feelings of joy, fulfillment, gratitude? You know, you're going to get to the point that some days, you wake up in the morning and you are so connected to this vision. You've practiced these teachings of Bob Proctor. You've gone through this 6 months or 9 months program. You reprogrammed your subconscious mind. And you did this kind of practices and much more that I'm going to teach you, so much that you wake up in the morning and it feels your reality. You look around and you're like, this, why am I here? Like your dream and desire becomes so real that your current results that is temporary, you feel like, why am I even here? This is not my reality. We need to eventually get there. And I'm going to help you how to get there. And when you get there, you're going to experience quantum leaps. That's when things are going to start shifting. Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Yes, you know it in your heart. You know it in your heart. So now the question is, are we letting the mind, our limiting beliefs, our fears to stop us? Or we take the bold action and jump? I am not here to convince anyone to do anything. I believe that I attract, right now I have amazing clients and I always attracted them and I keep attracting clients who are in alignment with me, in alignment with teachings of Bob. So there is no chasing, there is no convincing, there is no persuading, there is only attracting. But you have to let yourself to make a decision from your heart You cannot let your mind make a decision for you. Your mind runs on survival system and doesn't want you to change. Your mind doesn't want you to take a new action. Your mind doesn't want you to take a new coaching and personal development. No. Your mind wants familiarity, the same struggle, the same 9 to 5, the same lack and limitation. That's what the mind wants because this is familiar. Make a decision with your heart. I can tell 100% nothing could have changed in my life if I didn't take this program. I could not do this on my own. I could not see my own blind spots. I needed a coach to see my blind spots. Thank you, Betty, and everyone else for your beautiful messages. Trust yourself. Book your Zoom call. Let's have a conversation and see what is available for you after tomorrow. But I'm hoping to see each and every one of you. And if you're watching the replay, hopefully you can make it live tomorrow. And again, tomorrow is the last session, very powerful session. I'm going to teach you how to overcome your fears, how to make the right decision. And you're very welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Sending you lots of love. Practice that visualization. So this is your homework for today. If you can do it again for a couple of times during the day, and definitely right before you fall asleep at night, and every day morning at night, this is your practice. Visualize yourself already achieved your goal and living the life that you desire. And this is one of the ways that you're reprogramming that subconscious mind.